We all know Family Guy, but sometimes the show crosses the line into completely sus, boundary-pushing territory.
Sir, what are you doing? You have no clothes on.
Must be having one of those dreams again. Better wake myself up. Oh, thank God. Well, time to apply for this small business loan.
Today, we are breaking down more of most questionable sus episode of Family Guy. Let's start the show. Starting off with Season 20, Episode 12, The Lois Quagmire. What happens when the matriarch of the family goes away for the weekend and strictly forbids her husband from doing the one thing he wants? You end up with a morbid, Weekend at Bernie's style cover-up that involves puppeteering a dead pizza delivery guy all around town. In this episode, the Griffins cross some major legal boundaries just to hide a very unexpected tragedy. The storyline kicks off with Lois heading out of town for a high school reunion.
Do people bring husbands to these things? I have this class reunion coming up soon, and I thought, maybe the two of us went together?
But before she leaves, she strictly forbids Peter from ordering any pizza. She gives him a massive, highly intimidating warning that there will be severe consequences if he disobeys her.
If you disobey me about the pizza, there will be consequences. Mom's out of town consequences, which according to the movies are the worst kind.
But the absolute second she walks out the door, Peter immediately turns to the kids and asks who wants to order a pie. When the delivery guy arrives, he hands over the food and asks to use their restroom. After the family happily devours their meal, they suddenly realize the driver has been in the bathroom for an awfully long time.
I think he's had a heart attack. He's dead.
Oh my God, Dad, this is terrible.
Instead of being horrified by the deceased man, Peter is absolutely terrified of the true horror of the situation. Lois is going to find out they ordered pizza. Realizing that calling the authorities is completely out of the question, the Griffins quickly brainstorm what to do with the evidence. Just then, a text comes through on the delivery guy's phone.
The restaurant's gonna know ours was the last one he dropped off before he disappeared.
Oh my God, that means Mom will find out.
Revealing he still had several stops left on his shift. Knowing that the restaurant will easily trace the driver's last known location right back to their house, the family decides they have to step up and finish the deliveries themselves to avoid any suspicion.
Right. We deliver the pizzas and nobody calls the police. Where's our first stop?
The police station.
With security cameras everywhere, they realize the only way to drop the food off without getting caught is to make it look like the driver is still happily walking around. Their deeply sus solution? Forcing Meg to literally step into the deceased man's clothes and perfectly puppeteer his body into the station like a morbid scarecrow.
Okay, fine, you can play me a song to thank me.
Meg somehow successfully flops the body into the precinct, completely fooling Joe, who hilariously considers the delivery guy one of his best friends. But the next stop is even weirder, as Meg has to deliver a pizza to a very expectant customer who has been waiting all day for his special delivery. After surviving that wildly uncomfortable encounter, the family decides the only reasonable way to dispose of the evidence is to stuff the guy down a neighborhood storm drain.
This feels wrong. We can't just dump him face down into raw sewage without saying a few words.
You're right, Brian. I'll do the honors.
However, the grate isn't exactly man-sized, and the body gets completely stuck. Right at that exact moment, Lois miraculously appears.
What the heck going on? You ordered pizza, didn't you?
Yes, ma'am.
But in a hilarious twist, she completely ignores the deceased body shoved in the sewer and is instead absolutely furious that Peter ordered pizza. At least they gave the guy one heck of a final delivery route. Next up is Season 14, Episode 12, Scammed Yankees. Brian Griffin has a notoriously terrible track record with women, but what happens when he sinks to a highly questionable new low by aggressively pursuing a high schooler? In this episode, Brian's complete lack of morals turns him into a massive creep as he sets his sights on one of Meg's teenage friends. The deeply uncomfortable storyline begins with Brian feeling completely frustrated by how loud and obnoxious Meg and her teenage friends are being. Hoping to just get them out of the house, he begrudgingly agrees to drive the girls to their field hockey practice. After dropping them off, Brian notices that one of the girls left her gym bag behind in his car. Instead of doing the right thing and leaving it at the front office, Brian walks right into the high school girls' locker room to return it. While inside, he locks eyes with a girl who is changing and is instantly enamored by her physical appearance. He is completely stunned to realize that this girl is actually Meg's friend, Patty.
Holy crap, that was Patty! She's got a body!
Here is where the massive moral dilemma kicks in. Patty is only barely 18 years old and still in high school, while Brian is pushing 50 in dog years.
I'm telling you, you wouldn't believe Patty's body. Just a tiny waist, firm butt, great rack. She's in high school.
But unfortunately, that doesn't stop Brian from being a full-on degenerate. Knowing he needs a game plan, Brian pretends to suddenly care about Meg's life, manipulating his own family member to pump her for inside information about Patty's interests.
She loves anything where a teenage girl is sick and dies of cancer. Or any movie where a character is named Patty. Ugh, she loses her mind for that.
Armed with this new intel, Brian tracks the girls down at the local mall and puts on the performance of a lifetime. He completely manipulates Patty by bragging about how he makes Build-A-Bears for sick children in the hospital, successfully pulling at her heartstrings.
Hey, you know what, Patty? Why don't you take the extra one?
Wow, thanks, Brian.
Yeah, that's cool, Brian. Will you buy me a hat at Lids?
No.
His sleazy tactics actually work, landing him a date. Brian picks Patty up from school.
Brian, what are you doing here?
I'm here to pick up Patty. We're going to see a movie called Brittany Finds a Lump.
You're going on a date with Patty? I told you to back off.
Loads a Smash Mouth CD into his car stereo and treats her to a highly romantic meal at Panda Express. The evening eventually leads to a stargazing session on the hood of his Prius, where Brian uses some incredibly cringeworthy, cheesy pickup lines to try and woo her.
Aw, you're so sweet. Why are you so nice to me? Most guys never give me the time of day because I'm so plain looking.
But right as Brian reaches the final step of his plan to get highly intimate with the teenager, Meg suddenly drives up to put a stop to things. Meg pulls Patty aside and reveals the harsh truth.
Why would he do that?
Because you have an amazing body.
I do?
Brian is only using her for her body. Patty is initially confused because Meg usually insults her and calls her dumpy. However, Meg admits she only said those mean things because she was terrified Patty would leave her behind once she realized she was actually attractive and could be popular. Touching as this is, the two friends walk off together, leaving a completely unsatisfied Brian stranded all alone, wrapping up one of the most wildly inappropriate things the family dog has ever done, and leaving him $18 poorer. Next up is Season 12, Episode 2, Vestigial Peter. Peter Griffin's jealousy issues have caused a lot of problems over the years, but things reach a wildly absurd and highly sus level when he becomes intensely envious of a lump on his own neck. In Season 12, Episode 2, Vestigial Peter, Peter discovers he has a tiny, sentient conjoined twin, and his petty jealousy drives him to take some very drastic measures against his own flesh and blood. The bizarre storyline kicks off when Lois gets onto Peter for wearing the exact same shirt every single day.
I'm getting tired of you wearing the same thing every day. Look, that shirt's got a hole in it.
I'd like to point out that Jesus wore the same thing every day.
Insisting they head to the mall so he can try out a new look, while Peter is in the dressing room struggling to button up a new shirt.
What the hell? I want this button. It's the same size I always get.
Maybe you put on a few pounds, sweetie.
The salesman points out a massive, unignorable lump growing right on the side of Peter's neck. Fearing the worst, the Griffins rush over to see Dr. Hartman. Instead of a standard medical issue, Dr. Hartman reveals that the growth is actually an incomplete, vestigial twin that never formed a full body but is still managing to feed off of Peter.
Fully formed person, but still exists as a growth feeding off your body.
Hi, everybody!
Ah! What the is that?
Oh my god, it's a little me!
The tiny twin even comes complete with his own miniature pair of glasses. Peter decides to name the little guy Chip and proudly brings him back to Spooner Street to show him off to the rest of the family.
You were little, you always wanted a neck, Uncle?
No.
Well, now you got one!
Ah! What is that thing?
However, Chip turns out to be incredibly upbeat, positive, and full of life, which quickly makes him the absolute favorite member of the household. While Peter just wants to relax, Chip is all about vigorous power walks around the neighborhood, spending quality time with the kids, and even taking the liberty of redecorating the house. The final straw for Peter happens at work when the tiny twin won't stop talking and actually starts hitting on Peter's boss.
I'm using my knowledge of the local food scene to get this woman to go to bed with me. Well, now we know. I can taste what he eats.
Wildly jealous that this tiny little guy is stealing his thunder, Peter visits Dr. Hartman and demands that Chip be surgically removed. Dr. Hartman warns that because their internal organs are intertwined, the procedure is highly risky, but a petty Peter insists on going through with it anyway. Following the surgery, Dr. Hartman walks out and solemnly announces, "I'm afraid we lost him," only to hilariously reveal that he just meant Chip walked away.
Hey guys!
Oh, there he is.
It worked! I'm free at last!
But what about Chip? Where's Chip?
Hey everybody! Look who's walking!
Completely surviving the operation and now able to move around entirely on his own. Unable to handle sharing the spotlight with a now independent Chip.
Isn't Chip wonderful?
Oh, he's not wonderful, Lois. He's annoying. I don't get why everyone's so in love with that guy. What's so great about him?
Peter takes things to a terrifying extreme by attempting to let a wild dingo take care of his twin, but the animal hilariously just ends up attacking Peter instead. After a heated argument, Peter simply kicks the little guy out of the house. The family is absolutely furious with Peter's cruel behavior and immediately leaves to go search for Chip.
Come on, kids. Let's go find Chip and bring him back.
You guys do whatever you want. I got stuff to do anyway. I gotta get ready for my bar mitzvah.
Leaving Peter completely alone. While they are gone, Peter takes a massive tumble down the basement stairs and ends up breaking his leg. With no one around to hear his cries for help, Peter is stranded, until a heroic Chip miraculously returns to the house and manages to drag Peter's heavy body all the way up the stairs to safety. Peter finally realizes how special his twin is and apologizes for his petty jealousy. In the end, the Griffins bid Chip a fond, albeit bizarre, farewell by tying him to a balloon so he can float away and explore the world.
There's a big old world out there. I want to go out and experience it for myself.
Well, I'm sorry to see you go, but we're gonna miss you, Chip.
Next up is Season 11, Episode 12, The Giggity Wife. Quagmire is legendary around Quahog for his endless romantic escapades, but what happens when the ultimate bachelor accidentally gets tied down in a legally binding marriage? In Season 11, Episode 12, The Giggity Wife, Quagmire wakes up married to a working girl and goes to wildly absurd, boundary-crossing lengths to fake his own preferences just to escape the commitment. The storyline kicks off when Peter, Quagmire, and Joe decide to take a trip up to the Harvard University campus in Boston.
Holy crap, this place is amazing! And just think, this is where Helen Keller used to eat when she went here.
Looking to blow off some steam, the guys hit up a local exotic club and decide to get completely wasted on shots. After a long night of sightseeing and undoubtedly causing thousands of dollars in property damage, the guys somehow manage to stumble back home.
Oh, hey, Stewie. Hey, sometimes when daddies drive home drunk, they come from far away places, but it's okay.
But the next morning, a severely hungover Quagmire wakes up to a horrifying discovery. He accidentally got married to an older, highly unrefined lady of the night named Charmise.
Oh no. You mean?
That's right, baby. As of last night, we're man and wife.
Desperate to fix this massive mistake, Quagmire wants to get a divorce immediately, but Joe warns him that if he goes through the courts, Charmise will likely be entitled to half of everything he owns.
I've learned the difference between true love and doing the entire bowling team of a pizza restaurant on a box spring by a brook. This is true love.
Realizing he's trapped, Quagmire tries to suck it up and domesticate his new bride, but he quickly learns you just can't take the street out of the street cat. During a deeply uncomfortable dinner with the Griffins, Charmise completely embarrasses him by literally spitting at the table.
I love you. I want to take you away from all of this.
When Charmise later tries to get intimate with her new husband, Quagmire actively avoids her, prompting her to angrily ask if he is gay or something. Seeing a brilliant loophole to get out of his marriage, Quagmire plays along and officially comes out to her. Charmise agrees to pack her things and move out.
Hey, buddy, what happened? She gone?
Yep, I'm off the hook, Peter. I told Charmise I was gay, and now she's gonna consent to a no-fault divorce.
But the plan falls apart when she returns to grab some forgotten mouthwash and catches Quagmire watching some adult videos featuring a man and a woman. Furious that she is being lied to, she demands undeniable proof of his new lifestyle. She tells Quagmire that the only way she will grant a clean divorce without taking his money is if she gets to literally watch him have a romantic encounter with another man.
If you're really gay and you want that divorce, all you gotta do is one thing.
Anything, Charmise, name it.
Prove it. Let me watch you have sex with a man.
What?
Backed into an impossible corner, Quagmire begs Peter to be his fake lover. Being the remarkably loyal and somewhat dim-witted friend that he is, Peter actually agrees to go through with it. The two guys awkwardly try to fake an intimate moment while Charmise watches from the bed, but their forced performance is so painfully unconvincing that she mercifully calls off the charade.
It's very close, Peter. The paintbrush is about to touch the canvas.
Sir Ian McKellen does this. You can do this.
Admitting she can easily tell they are entirely straight, Charmise gracefully agrees to grant Quagmire the divorce anyway, sweetly noting that he still treated her better than any other guy she has ever met.
You were real nice to me, Glenn. Nicer than any other guy's been, but I wanted to be somebody's wife, not somebody's burden. Good luck to you, sweet.
With Charmise gone, Peter and Quagmire share a massive, relieved embrace. However, the episode delivers one final hilariously sus twist. The scene cuts to the Griffin living room, revealing that the rest of the family has been watching Peter and Quagmire's deeply uncomfortable bedroom performance via a live stream that Quagmire accidentally set up on his laptop.